All right, so here I'm going to give you some tips of my own. These tips will help you maybe to avoid the topic or the conversation. Maybe you do not actually like the topic or the conversation you are being um, engaged to. So this is just a way to dodge the question or to express that you don't really like something or you don't like someone very much. Okay. So, for instance, if I say, it's a great match, isn't it? Or this party is amazing, isn't it? Now, you do not really like parties or you do not really like football matches or any kind of sports, let's say. So you can just say, I am not a big fan of soccer or football or baseball, okay? I'm not a big fan of, okay? That means I'm not really interested in these kind of sports or events. Or you can say, I'm not a huge fan of this kind of events. I'm not a huge fan, okay? I'm not a real fan of, okay? You can say, I am more into technology, books, traveling, you know? So, for example, you do not really like parties, but you like technology, okay? You like talking about technology. So, you can say, I am more into technology. I'm not a great or I'm not a huge fan of parties. I am more into technology, okay, or books. I'll be happy. You can say, I'll be happy to talk about that. That means you will be happy to talk about technology or traveling or books, which is something that you are interested in. Okay. Now, you can also say, I'm here with a friend who's a huge fan of. Okay. So basically, you are at that party or at that match because of your friend. He's the one who brought you here, or you just came with your friend. So you can say, I'm here with a friend who is a huge fan of, let's say, of this baseball team or football team. Okay, so because of your friend, you are here in that place. You can also say, this is just like it might be um, not very formal. Okay, so remember these situations or these responses are not formal. Okay, not formal. Okay, sometimes they are considered not polite, not polite. Okay, so you can say, I'm here because I got free tickets. I'm here because I got free tickets. So I thought you can say, so thought I can pass the time. So I thought I can pass the time. That means you can just waste your time here, or you can just kill time, okay? Or you can just waste time since you have nothing else to do. All right. So if I ask you, is this your first time, for example, in this in the stadium or to the stadium or to the football match, you can just say, I'm here because I got free tickets. So I thought it can be a good idea to waste time or to pass time or whatever. Okay. Now let's see here. Now another tip. Always look for something relevant to the situation, okay, or something that describes the place that you are in, okay. Now here I have some questions and sample answers. Now, for instance, if I say, how do you start a conversation with someone you think you know or have seen before? How do you start a conversation with someone you think you know or have seen before? Okay, this is a question. Now, let's say this is like a quiz. Now, you can say, well, you can say, haven't we met before? Or haven't we met before at, and then you name the place, for example, at Lisa's party or at Sammy's birthday party, okay, or graduation party, okay? Or you can just say, I feel like I know you. I feel like I know you, or I think I have seen or meet you before. I think I have seen you before. I think I have met you before. Okay. I think I have seen you before. I think I have met you before. And you can add somewhere, somewhere. Okay. You can add this. I feel like I have seen you before somewhere or somewhere before. Okay, I think I have seen you somewhere before. All right. The second question is, how do you start a conversation with someone at, for example, a birthday party or any lively event like festival, ceremony, wedding, parade, any kind of this kind of festivals, or let's say school or university, supermarket, shop, sales event. Okay, now let's start with the birthday party. Now, let's say we have wedding, ceremony, festival, party, birthday. Now, all of these, they have something in common. Okay, they have something in common. What do they have? Most likely they would have music, right? They would have, let's say, foods and drinks. Okay, so you can start a conversation by talking about any of these things. You can say, the music is great. The music is great or wonderful or nice. Or you can say it's very loud. The music is very loud. The music is very loud. Okay. Another thing you can say, the food is great, or the food looks delicious, or tasty, or smells tasty, or smells delicious, okay, or smells appetizing. So you can just say something that is common, okay, something that's relevant uh, to the situation that you are in, okay. And the other person might respond if you say the food is great. The other person might say, well, the drinks are very tasty as well. Okay, the drinks are very tasty as well. All right. Now, if you are at a school or university, okay, uh, what's so common about these places? Let's say classes. So you have to sign up for classes, right? They have library, right? So they have, so you have to think about something that is relevant to that place so you can start a conversation. All right, so you can say, if there's a person next to you, you can just say, I signed up for history or English class. Do you know who teaches or lectures that class? So you want to start a conversation with the other person, but you don't want to go straight and say, hey, what's your name? Or, hey, um, do I know you? Or do you know me? Or this kind of direct questions. You want to avoid direct questions. You just want to make a small talk. Okay. You can say, I signed up for history or English class. Do you know who teaches that class, for example, or who lectures that class? Or you can say, I think the school starts too early. Don't you think? Okay, so this question will make the other person engage and contact you and just go along with the conversation. Now, here we have another situation. It might be in the supermarket or the shop. So you can say the markups in this supermarket are criminal. Okay, so these kind of places, what do they have in common? They have goods, you know, they have prices. You can talk about prices, goods, and you know, like you can just look for something that's common in all of these places. Okay, for example, if you are at the supermarket or the shop or the store or the sales event, there's something you can talk about. You can say the prices in that, you know, like store or shop are very high or expensive or costly, isn't it? Isn't it? And this will make the other person respond to you and say, yes, that's true. The prices are very high. And then you can move on with the conversation and continue the conversation. All right. So I hope this lesson has been a joy and delight to you as well as it has been for me. So if you like the videos, please click the subscribe button so you can just be notified of any new